And our last section, folks, 12.4. Okay, not sure if you've ever seen Pascal's triangle before, but it's kind of fun. It's a little pattern. So you start with a 1, and then you put a 1 and a 1. And then you put a 1 on the left, a 1 on the right, and then you add those two together and you get a 2. Okay, now the pattern will start making sense. You put a 1 on the far left, a 1 on the far right, add those guys together, you get a 3. Add those guys together, you get a 3. Okay. Next row, you put a 1 on the far left, a 1 on the far right. And then sometimes people prefer if I draw little things like that. And then that way you can clearly see that the 1 and the 3 add to give you a 4, the 3 and the 3 add to give you a 6, the 3 and the 1 add to give you a 4. Oh, okay, now it's making sense. I was explaining it really poorly. I know. Put a 1 on the far left, a 1 on the far right. Okay. Add those, add those, add those, add those. 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Okay, why don't you do the next row for me? Go ahead and hit pause. Okay, no one did that. Great. 1, 1. 1 on the far left, 1 on the far right. Add, 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 add. Okay, so that's called Pascal's triangle. Turns out that there's a bunch of crazy, interesting things going on in there. But the one thing I want you to notice is, let's say back in the day we had x plus y squared. Then it turns out the answer to that was x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. And notice the coefficients, the numbers, happen to be, if I put a 1 there, 1x squared, 1y squared. You see the 1, 2, 1? You see the 1, 2, 1? Okay. So what if I did x plus y cubed? Turns out if I were to actually multiply this all out, you could go ahead and verify this, I would get x cubed plus 3x squared y plus 3xy squared plus y cubed. And then if I put a 1 here and a 1 here, you could clearly see the 1, 3, 3, 1. Oh, so there's a pattern. So now I am going to do, why don't you try this? X plus y to the 4th, because we know it's got to be using that, right? 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Okay, so we have x plus y to the 4th. That's going to be, so 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Now notice the pattern. X cubed, x squared, x1, x none. Right? X to the 0, it's gone. So it's to the 4th power, so x to the 4th, x to the 3rd, x squared, x to the 1, x to the none. And then notice the y's are going in the opposite direction. So since it's 4th power, we'll go y to the 4th, y to the 3rd, y to the 2nd, y to the 1, y to the none. And we are done. Okay. So sometimes they just don't use x's and y's. Sometimes they'll put like x plus 2. So let's do x plus 2 cubed. So we know the cubed is the 1, 3, 3, 1. So 1, 3, 3, 1. And let's just do the x cubed. So that's x cubed, x squared, x1, x none. You cool when I keep saying x none? That's x to the 0, which just goes away. And now it's not y stuff, it's 2. So it's going to be 2 cubed, 2 squared, 2 to the 1, 2 to the none. So that's going to be x cubed plus, so that's a 2 times a 3, right? 2 to the 1 is 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 squared, that's 4 times 3 is 12, and then 2 cubed is 8. Oh my lordies. And the only other tricky thing they can do really is if they give you a minus sign. So let's say they gave you a minus sign like – let's do third, fourth, x minus 3 to the fourth power. So fourth power, right? See, there's the little 4 after the 1, so that's the fourth power. So 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. X stuff, so x to the fourth, x to the third, x squared, x to the 1, x to the none. And then now 3 stuff. So 3 to the fourth, 3 to the third, 3 squared, 3 to the 1, 3 to the none. So that's going to be x to the fourth. 3 times 4, 12x cubed. 3 squared is 9 times 6 is 54. 3 cubed is 27. 27 times 4 is 108. And 3 to the fourth is 81. So all I did was clean things up. And because there's a minus sign, the signs have to alternate. The first guy is positive. So positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. What? And that's pretty much it. Let's try one from the book. Do they give us anything complicado? I will jump straight to 208. I'll do 208 and you'll totally get it. (208) 2x plus 3y to the third. So using Pascal's triangle for the third. So if it's 3, right, the number after the 1. So I'm going to be using the 1, 3, 3, 1 from Pascal's triangle because the third power. 1, 3, 3, 1. And now this is going to get tricky. See, it's not just x, it's 2x. So put the 2x in parentheses to the third. 2x in parentheses squared. 2x parentheses to the first power. 2x to the 0. Anything to the 0 is 1. Power of 3, 2, 1, none. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with 3y going backwards. So that's going to be 3y to the third, 3y squared, 3y to the 1, and then 3y to the none. And then we just have to clean this mess up. So the cube is talking to the 2, so that's going to give you 2 cubed is 8, 8x cubed. Now here, what do we have? 2 squared is 4 times 3 times 3 is 9, so 2 squared is 4 times 9 is 36. X is squared, y. 3 squared is 9. 3 times 2 is 6. 9 times 6 is 54. And x, and then the y guy is squared. So just clean things up. And then at the very end, 3 cubed is 27, and y cubed plus. Now, double check that this makes sense. The x stuff, x3, x2, x1, x none. X none is just none of them. And then backwards, y3, y2, y1, y none. Ta-da! Okay, so we're only going up to like 209, so you should totally be able to handle this. Yay!